Hello, everyone. This is Ray Savage with Cambium Networks. Thanks for joining us today, where we'll be talking about our cnPilot Wi-Fi solutions. And our special guest speaker is Eric Park, who's a channel manager for Wi-Fi. The presentation is being recorded, and it will be posted to the community on completion of the presentation. We'll have that out sometime today and send you a link. But during the course of the presentation, if you do have any questions, please use the question and answer dialog box on the right-hand side of your screen. We'll be able to review your questions during the course of the presentation, and we'll present those to Eric so that we'll be able to take the answers to your questions. Well, without any further ado, I'd like to introduce you to Eric Park. Eric?
Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to some. My name is Eric Park. I am the channel manager for the East Coast for Cambium Networks. And today I'll be discussing the cnPilot Wi-Fi solutions for you guys for both indoor and outdoor, and discussing the cnMaestro side. And let us begin. And thank you for your time. Just want to introduce Cambium Networks, who we are. We are a spin-off of Motorola, and we are a field-proven and high-performance outdoor and indoor Wi-Fi solution, which is 30 to 40% less than most competitors that you're pretty much well known. And cnPilot is the perfect solution for small to medium-sized business, and we offer very partner-friendly program and offer very good incentives with Gold Star partner programs with bill registration and double-digit margins. And Cambium created a Wi-Fi line, as you know, for the both enterprise and also small to medium business. And today I'll be discussing a couple of the indoor APs and the outdoor APs, and showing you guys a couple of scenarios that we did help in real life environments for a school and also an outdoor RV area park. And we go on, I want to show you in the marketplace right now, there's usually two existing products that you guys can classify in two categories. One would be the complex, expensive, which has license, and also the other one would be low cost, where they meet the entry level performance, and some don't provide the customer service that they need, or sometimes they lack the performance needed. And Cambium comes in the middle of both worlds, where we are very affordable and a very high product with excellent pricing. And for us, we come into the zone where we are able to support 24/7. Also, our APs are very low cost to enterprise quality. And if you look at the features that we'll go over, we have all the features our competitors have. We don't want to say everything like Ruba or Ruckus has, but we have 90% of what they have. And if you guys need any more information on top of what we discussed today, I'll be able to answer any of that questions going forward. But this is where Cambium comes into a standard. We come in the middle ground, beating Costco, Aruba, and Ruckus price, but offering the same quality as them. And if we talk about cnPilot and what we offer, these are our main hubs. We have the E410 and the E600, which is our indoor, and the E500, E501S, and E502S. These are outdoor. And if you look at the two modems, those will be our enterprise or home modems. And the E430W, it's our new AP that's coming out, which is the wall AP. Now I'll discuss more about that, and everything is controlled through our cnMaestro Wi-Fi controller, which I'll go into detail of showing you how do you link everything together to monitor, and also to figure out how each AP works in different scenarios. For the indoor, we have two. The E400 is our older AP. For the E410 and the E600, both are 802.11 AC Wave 2, and they're both dual band 2.4, and 5. Both have 16 SSID user, and the difference between the E410 and E600 is the E410 is a 2x2 and the E600 is a 4x4. So the only difference is the max users able to connect. And basically the E410s is our baby. That's the go-to for any indoor small to medium and any space requiring reliable, affordable Wi-Fi. One of the cool things about the AP is everything is managed through our cloud controller of cnMaestro. So it's a zero-touching onboarding with inventory tracking, monitoring, mass configuration. And one of the cool things is, unlike other competitors, you guys will be able to update the firmware anytime that you guys need, or if you want to upgrade it. And we're not gonna kind of give you that bound, and we give you that freedom whenever you guys want to launch it in different sectors. And one of the cool thing is the AP units itself. Obviously, the 2x2 is a 2x2 radio, and the 4x4. If you needed to monetize a large audience, depending on where you guys are going to be connecting this, you'd be able to kind of configure it to however what your needs are. Now, if we go into our outdoor, which is E500 and the E51S, so the E500 is the Omni Dual 360, and this is one of our flag units that we offer. And it's a 16 SSID with 256 max users, and it's 2x2. And one of the cool things is this is an IP67 rating. And this hub that you guys see, and I'll show you more examples going forward, but you don't need an enclosure on top of this. This is it. And one of the cool factor is this 2 Omni ports. And the reason why we have that is you guys could have one powering the Omni port and also the other second outlet. You guys could, I always say that you guys could always have a camera or have another AP attached to it, which is always comes in handy. And I'll give you guys more example of the outdoor. Just want to give you guys a brief introduction to them. And this will be our cnPilot home and small business. And these are our Wi-Fi's that we offer routers in multiple sectors. And basically the thing with the routers is we have a remote secure management, obviously with cnMaestro, which controls the monitoring and configuration. And also it actually works as an integrated troubleshooting across Wi-Fi to client devices. And in the back end, cnMaestro controls it. So it kind of reducing the cost of IT costs for both ends. And I'll be able to show you guys that going forward when we do this presentation. And this is the cnMaestro that you guys have been hearing so much about. It's the brain of the whole monitoring and also networking and onboarding. And I'll be able to briefly kind of show you how real live situations work. And you guys are able to use it as cloud or run it on a private data center on a local server. And here, this is how the Cambium network's Wi-Fi kind of connects with the cnMaestro to your APs and to how it goes to the client. So it's over the air, airtime, and you guys are able to, access the guest access limits or control the client location AP or the VLAN. And the AP features is the multi-hop autopilot controller, and we'll go discuss more about that. and also has a CN checking guest access and of course, location API so you guys can know which one's connected. Able to track user traffic on it and through our cloud or on-premise of servers that you guys connect, you guys be able to monitor and configure all the APs at once, or you guys could actually create a user access data limit and have notifications if anything ever pops up in cnMaestro that if one of your APs is not working or you have troubleshooting issues, you will have notifications to do that, and you guys be able to get that through email or however you guys want. So here is pretty much a basic overview of the cnPilot Wi-Fi family. We have the home and small business and the enterprise side, and everything is controlled through our cnMaestro Cloud Manager. So I just wanted to kind of,
Eric, we did have a question that came in, and actually just hold that slide right there. It's about the E500 series APs. Gregory is asking if you could be sure to cover what the max radio transmit power is for the E500s. So thank you.
Yep, I'll just go through that. And so you want the max radio, like the max range? Is that what he was questioning? Is that correct?
Well, it's the maximum radio transmit power on the 500 series. So how many dBs does it put out?
And I'll try to get I'll try to get that answer for you. Got that notated. So I just perfect question. I guess that question came in perfectly when I got the slide out. So this is our tour portfolio, and we have our E500, which is our omni-channel, omnidirectional, which is all the way 360, and is our great outdoor unit, which is also the IP67 rating that I talked about. And this is the unit that's all you need. There's no hard case or cover that you guys need to install on top. And if you want to kind of segment what you're covering in any area that you want to aim your RF at, or that, for example, if you're at a hotel and you want to aim it at a pool, then you could use our sectored antenna, the 501S, which is out now, which came out in May, which is our sectored AC 2x2 unit again. And we also have our 90 degree to 120 degree that you could have up to 250 clients using at once, and with the 16 SSID. So for example, if you want to set this up in a hotel and put all your clients in a 5 gigahertz range and keep your employees up to a 2.4, you could segment those traffic with 2 different SSIDs, and all these units have 2 PoE outs adapters. And like I said, one of the cool feature on top of that is if you're having this outside, you guys can also add a security cameras in one of those PoE ports. And if you look at the E502S node, it also provides great coverage in a narrow geographic and noise isolation with a 30-degree integration sector antenna, which is great for a longer distance and a very crowded, noisy environment. But you want to cover a very narrow and high gain to make it to deploy on a street pole or a street sign. And also you guys could kind of cluster it into different sectors and kind of densify with the LTE filter. And also, if you can see the 501S, you have a pole mounting kit that comes with the unit. And if you have an event, or if you guys have a couple of outdoor events in multiple scenarios, as in trees or poles, you'll be able to just lock it in, and then at the festival or the event's done, you'd be able to just knock that out and just move on to the next project. Now,
Eric?
Yes.
Eric, it's Judy McCall, and I'm a colleague of Eric's here on the Cambium team. And the question on the power came up, and I just looked that up. The transmit power on the E500 is 29 dB at the 2.4 gigahertz range and 28 dB at the 5 gigahertz range.
Yep. And the max data rates, I don't know if you're interested, is 1.0 gigabits. So please let me know if there's any questions on the outdoor that you guys need more information on, and I'll be able to kind of look that up and have Judy or myself answer that for you. And if we want to go into now the indoor enterprise. So for the indoor, we have our cnPilot E410 and the cnPilot E600. And also the upcoming in Q1, we have the cnPilot E430 wall plate. If you see the E410, which is a 2x2, and the E600, which is a 4x4, this is our main AP that we use for any scenario for any small business or high dense environments. Now, if you coming up in the future, we have in Q1, we have our cnPilot E430, which is our hospitality, centric wall plate, and we have a 4-port PoE pass, and there's also the dual bandwidth too, of course, and it also has a PoE out for the IP phone, and it has a BLE built in with 11 AC. We built it so that it's very hidden and also very user friendly. So if you need to connect the phone or connect the internet and also the TV somehow, in that case scenario, we have multiple ports ready for that. Does anyone have any question on more of the cnPilot, the indoor E410 of the power outs, or any specs that you guys would need me to cover?
I'm sorry, Eric, we did have one question on the MSRP for the 430 wall plate. Can we share any information on that at this time?
Judy, do you have the information for that one by any chance?
Yes, we're preliminary looking at the competition and where we are with the wall plate unit, and it looks right now that the list price will come in at $249. So we're looking at between $229 and $249, and we'll be publishing that in the January transmittal of our price book.
Great, thanks, Judy.
Now, to go into the cnMaestro, this would be the login and dashboard for you guys to see the Wi-Fi only view, to see any configurations to upgrade, and easy asks for yourself or the IT to go through to manage all the grind of the APs that's linked together. So the dashboard system, this is pretty much how it basically looks. It shows you all your point-to-point, multi-point solutions or Wi-Fi's, or how many wireless clients that you guys are connected to. Also will show what's active as a notifications, and if you have any alarms, you would see it on the very top right corner. And if you are an admin or added admin, you'd be able to access all these information and have it emailed to you when reporting side. And I will go into a more depth in a live environment for you guys to show you how the cnMaestro side works towards the end of the presentation. Just want to show you.
Eric,
yes.
we did have one question came in from Christian. He's asking, he noticed on your top navigation there's the word notifications. His question is email notification available at this time?
Yes, it is.
Great.
And one of the good things is for cnMaestro, you'll be able to, not everyone will have admin when you add them as a user, and I'll kind of go over that for you guys and show you how that would work and map out. And so cnMaestro, like we talked about, that's the brain hub. That is our way for you guys to use everything with less IT staff needed and no burden to any IT staff that needs to do major work and configurations. And cnMaestro on premise and VM and rack mount appliance. Well, what that is, it's a fully in-house deployment. It's tunneling data to the controller, and it has a rack mount appliance controller, and it has up to 100 to 150 APs. And the autopilot, which is basically one AP would be able to control 32 that's deployment that's out. It's simple and easy with a local controller on. And I'll be able to show you how that controller works in our cnMaestro. So if one AP was to go down, another one would spring back up, fixing that scenario in a real life environment. So you're not going to have any issues of connectivity. For reporting side, basically you'll be able to export to Microsoft Excel or however format that you guys will need. If you need fixed graphical reports, be able to download that for the PDF. And also, if you want to customize your report, you guys can schedule an auto email and pre-select content. And obviously, if it's for a different company or a different setting that you guys have to do, you'll be able to customize the logo and the fonts and send that as a PCI compliance. And this is the cnPilot. When cnMaestro is our portal. What this is this hub actually makes you guys use a sign-in for your customers, and we all have that functionality built in. So when we go to cnMaestro, I'll be able to show you how to add a guest portal in cnMaestro. And this is if you're to do a downtown cafe and write a description of what this is. It will be Wi-Fi access for the cafe customers. And you'll be able to pick your portal options like a social login, vouchers, and user rate limits. And you'll be able to monitor what and create how they want to be able to you want them to be able to create. So if you want them to access to a redemption code, or if you want them to add to your Wi-Fi or log into your network through your social login to get that verified, you'll be able to monitor all that in cnMaestro. And the very cool thing is you guys are able to design your own web page in our easy interface. We do have preloaded design templates. If you look on top, the airport, beach, coffee, and hotel. Now, you'll be able to customize this however you guys want. You import whatever logo or picture that you guys would need. And everything is customizable to front and end for any need possible. And this is an example of for the downtown coffee that just a mock that we had. This is how a login screen would look if your customer were able to be at the coffee shop and log in and be like, hey, I would have to connect to your internet. How would I be able to do that? You'll be able to do first free for 60 minutes, monetize the time, and also use it as now, for sometimes, like in airports, if you're used to it, they give you 30 minutes for free, and then from that point on, if you need any access on top, you would have to kind of pay. So we give you that option for you guys to prepay guest access. And one of the cool things I didn't mention, I was saving this for the very end, is this is all free. This is not something that you guys would have or anyone have to pay extra on. This comes with the AP, and the software is very easy for you guys to just log in and use anytime that you guys would need. And one of the cool things is, with this, there's no license. And one of the cool prepaid guest access is it supports all major credit cards, and we are coming out with more global payments to be supported. And I want to kind of go into our next slide is going to be kind of real world scenarios that we did help. And one of the schools that we had a major impact was Plymouth schools. Now, their challenge was current Wi-Fi only handled 30 devices at one time, and their yearly relicensing fee was really high, and they did not have a way off campus to fix the issue. So obviously in schools, when parents and students and they have games, the device count was growing daily, and they just couldn't cover that. And when parents kind of came to the events, also their service was kind of getting cut off. But the bad thing was the school district did not qualify for the E-rate funds, and it had 5 school campuses. So when we came in, their requirements was we need to increase the capacity for the students and the teachers, and obviously double the capacity for public events when they had it, but they had a minimum IT budget, and they needed to do a self-install and maintain, but have a technical call-in support if the one IT guy at the school needed any help 24/7. So when we came in, we did the cnPilot E400s, and we launched about 150 to 200 APs. And they're using cnMaestro for the maintenance and technical side, and also technical support from the distributor. And from that, we were able to assist them with all their needs and for connectivity to each of the school grounds. And from time to time, they never had any issues going forward, and they've been having connectivity from every game that they had and going forward. And as Scott said, he said our previous solution was designed for coverage and not density, and lacked the capacity we needed. And cnPilot was quickly self-installed and provides the capacity to accelerate learning. And it was pretty much all self-installed and very easy to use. One of our other second examples that I have is our outdoor, which is the West Glacier KOA Campground. So their challenge, what they had was, obviously they need the vacation people to be very relaxing, but internet is one, and two, utility. Now, one of the things is on the daytime and afternoons, connectivity was kind of low, but at nights when everyone came back to the campground, it was very high. And unfortunately, at night times, they want to be on their Netflix, Facebook, and Instagram, and just logging onto their social network. But the low bandwidth was not an option for up and down. And they wanted the customers to experience the ultimate goal for them to just be able to log into their social or just stream live videos or music anytime they want. So their requirement was cover all the areas in the campground and increase the bandwidth coming into the campground, and all the campers have equal access. So one of the cool things was, in the future, they wanted to have the ability to charge for the internet and to monetize that. And they wanted to have an affordable, no additional yearly cost. So our solution for them was we did the point-to-point 650, which brings the internet into the KOA, and we use the EPMP 2000 5 gigahertz and the EPMP4s to send this out, and we use the E400, E410s for the indoor side, and we use E500s for the outdoor Wi-Fi. So if you look at the picture on the middle, the square piece is the E500, and the very top is the point-to-point 650, which sends the signal. So at the end result, we kind of had the 24/7 monitoring for the owner and the partner and the IT staff, which was through the cnMaestro, and we had 400 devices connected with no problems asked, and the back office was always online for reservations or any problems they had, which they had an issue where the back office for internet was going on and off. And the great camping experience that everyone enjoyed, and then when we tested the signal, we had 20 to 40 megabytes anywhere in the campground for each of the clients. And wanted to discuss how the performance and our cost is. So the cost of deployment, obviously, if you look at Aruba, Ruckus, and Zebra, we come in the middle ground. We beat one of the major price points that a lot of people, have. I mean, small, medium business, they can't afford a $2,000 or $1,500 AP, where our cost comes in like 250 to 500 to 300 range, which is very affordable. And from what we offer the cnMaestro that comes in for free, that's included with the software. And if you look at the cnPilot E410, I mean, we had 100 plus Chrome notebooks and 100 streaming YouTube on one E410. So does anyone have any questions on the connectivity or the powers or the access point overview for any of the indoors and the outdoors?
Yeah, Eric, we do have one question about cnMaestro, and this is an interesting one. Kisan is asking, is it possible to install a second cnMaestro on one network for redundancy?
So a second cnMaestro on top of a cnMaestro, I would have to get back on that. I don't know the answer to that one, but in cnMaestro, you are able to create a second hub as in an AP, like a profile on top of your main. So if you want to monitor that profile on a different settings, then you are able to do that. And I'll be able to kind of show you that when I kind of log into the cnMaestro side and show you that.
Great.
And one of the cool thing is right now we have a promotion from November 8th through March 16, 2018, where if you guys buy or partners buy or customers buy 10 APs, you guys will be able to get 3 more for free, or buy 5 APs and get 1 for free. Okay. So now I'm going to be going into the cnMaestro side a little bit, because I know that that's a topic where it's more of a hands-on. I like to kind of show you how cnMaestro works. But before I go into that, I would like to see if there's any questions on the E410s or the E500 APs, any configure specs that anyone else might need.
Yeah, we do have one question about the PoE power ports, and I believe that's on the 500 series. And the question is, what is the PoE power on those ports, both individually and combined, and what would people typically use that PoE port for?
So the Ethernet ports is a dual gigabytes Ethernet port for the PoE. Let me just look at the So there's 2 things with the PoE would be. Obviously, to power the device is one of the PoE out, and the other one, you are able to either, like I said, set up a camera, or the second option would be you'd be able to power another AP unit with the second PoE access. And if you look at, for example, I'm going to go back to the KOE Campground for this. For you be able to power this one AP, if they wanted to attach another E500 or the E501S, they'll be able to power that just alone with the second PoE out.
Right. Let me clarify that. Those are PoE injectors. You still have to provide PoE switches. So they are injectors or not PoE switches on those units.
Great. Thank you, Judy. And that does answer the question that we had. So the asker was pleased. Those are the only questions that we had in the queue. Certainly, if you can go into the demonstration now, Eric, but if there are any additional questions, please use the dialog box.
Okay, so this is the cnMaestro, and I just want to make sure that I change screen so that everything is, can you guys see the cnMaestro side?
Yep, looks good.
So cnMaestro, you'll be able to easy onboard device, and as simple as claiming the device when you get your APs. All you have to do is type in the serial number, MSN numbers into the settings. It would pop up down here and just approve all, and then claim the device. one is monitoring your network. So this is one of the things that I want to kind of show you guys is this will show you what device is currently online and in your network. So for example, you get to see notifications of any critical, major, and minor, and this will be the device that's currently on this particular network, which is kind of offline right now. And let me just see if there is one that's on. And for the question on cnMaestro, if you want to kind of create a cnMaestro to another one, you'll be able to log it in, for example, for one company, and then monitor it through a second one. If that kind of helps. So from this, we show that we have 6 total, and these are our point-to-point and hotspots. You'll be able to see they're all online, they're all onboarded for how long, and they'll have their serial numbers. And when you monitor your system, you'll be able to kind of configure it as in device types. And obviously, if you will be the cnPilot E-Series, it will be the E-Series. And everything is very layman's term, very simple to use. And for templates, you guys can use however you guys want. For example, sample templates that we do offer. And you guys are able to do job options. Now, what this is remember when I said that you guys could, for let's say notifications, want to update your APs however when you want. So if you look at that, if you look at the notifications, if let's say there was a software update available for this, it shows you what the recommended update firmware is, and as right now it's been updated. But if you have multiple APs here, let's say you had like 15, and you can't have 15 down at the same time. So you would just select 2 of them, start the job now, and then once that's started, you want it up and running, you'll be able to just stop the other ones and update them at your time. Now reports, this is where you're able to get the IP address, network serial number, reporting however you guys want to your need. And this is for all, or if you guys want to Wi-Fi centric only, you'll be able to do that report. Now, you'll be able to do the performance, the active alarms, alarm history, or events, and customize it to however you want. Now, the map would be, if you had multiple APs in different locations, you will see that each of the beacons that pops up will be green. And if you had an AP that is down, and let's say, for example, in New York, and your home office in California, that beacon in New York over here would be showing up red. And clients would be, these are all the guest clients that you guys would have for the portal access. And one of the cool features is if you had someone log in through their email or Facebook, you'd be able to kind of collect that information and then save that and just send them a mass end of the month email saying thank you for coming, or send a promotional code. So these are going to be the whole APs that's unit on our checklist over here, and everything's done through one click where you guys can onboard everything. Same thing that we talked about, the configurations of templates. Now I want to show you the guest access portal, what we talked about. So from this, you guys could have multiple guest access portal for different scenarios, and basically you would do the name of it for like a coffee house or hotel or a hotel lobby. Access controls, what we spoke about briefly, was the Google, Facebook, Office, or social login, how you guys want to authenticate the guests. And if you want to set a client rate limit, you guys are able to do a down and up limit, or if you want to do a session, you could narrow it down to days, hours, and minutes for them to do. And if you want to kind of go pay, you'd be able to enable the PayPal payment, or however that you guys want that to be engaged. And if you guys want to create a voucher system, you'd be able to create a voucher ID, send it to the customer, and give them a time access. Now,
Eric, we did have one question about the collecting the guest emails. And I think
Yep.
you may need to go back to that. The question is social media the only way to collect guest emails, or is there some other way?
No, you'd be able to access it through email, how they want, and also if you'd be able to do it through Google. So it's not only just Facebook or anything like that.
Great, thank you.
And so this is the splash page. Now, when we talked about the airport theme, the beach theme, the coffee theme, and the hotel theme. So this is just a template, just a basic template that you guys could use if you wanted to. So if you guys obviously had a very special logo that you guys want to put in, you would just enter it, background pictures and color, or how it pops out. Everything is customizable to the customer's want and need. And this is going to be the page that the customer logs in to connect to the AP. And then obviously on this page and on the reported sessions, this is where you'll be able to see the client event login, and then you'll be able to export all the user information. And if there was a paid transaction, everything will be monitored to this. And I'm trying to see if we have one live that someone did, but any sessions that kind of gets logged in. So let's say it was like Eric Park's Wi-Fi or Eric Park's laptop, it'll be all listed on this end. Now, one of the cool thing I told you about reporting wise was you guys be able to add users to manage the account. Now, you guys are able to limit to a super admin or admin, and as simple as adding someone that you know and creating a job for just an operator, admin, super admin, to monitor your thing. Simple as that. And once you send that email, they get an email notification to sign up, and they get the username and the password access, and they be able to log in that time. And for example, let's say that for cnMaestro, you guys are having an issue with one of the APs, or cnMaestro is down or something's issue. You'd be able to invite Cambium support, and you'd be able to have one of our support staff just email them and be able to log in here and kind of work with you and seeing real life environment of what's going on in your scenario at that time. And we also have 24/7 service, our public portal that you guys could add any questions onto or any issues that you have. We have our community I'm on it constantly, and also we do have, Ray is on, and we have Rob. There's always someone here to answer any question needs, and if you need any documentations or anything, everything is done through cnMaestro side. And documentations, if you want to learn how to onboard a device, software updates, configurations, whatever you need. It's a simple process where everything's in your fingertips. And if you need anything else on top of that, you have our support.
Great, thanks, Eric. We do have a bunch of questions that came in, so good. You went back to the cnMaestro field there. Richard is asking, we talked about guests logging in through social media. His question is, can we request that the guests enter their email without using social media, Google, Facebook, or whatever? Can they, if you just had an email address, could you get them in as a user?
Yes.
Okay.
So for example, you guys are able to do Google, Facebook, Office. I mean, you guys are able to customize it to however you guys want,
Okay, another one question. We have a bunch of folks asking about email notifications. And I know at the top of the menu there's the notification setup. Let's see. Christian is asking, can you show how to configure email notifications?
Okay, so For configuring, now, obviously each user is going to be different. So when you set up an ad user and then you have a super admin, from that point on, what type of reporting would you like? Just any report to create, or what type of reporting?
Well, just any notification, just to make sure that that the email notifications will be embedded, so that you can get an email notification for a particular event or something.
So so for example, if there was, so one of this is all, we turn these down. So if this device, let's say, was offline, and there's no way to really show that right now because I don't have that. I'm not. This is a live account. So if any of these popped up in our in our management over here, all these guys, super admins, would be able to get the notifications when they start up. So when you add a user, you'd be able to kind of create a pass where it's like, what type of notification would you like? Email, or would you want it to be sent to this, or a personal email? And I don't have anyone to add, unfortunately, to show that.
Yeah.
But everything will be done when you're adding a user. If you're adding a super admin, you'll be able to kind of customize it to what you're looking for.
So that's where you would customize it. So if the system saw an alarm, then he would notify, going through this table here, just notify this particular role.
Exactly, because obviously we have performance, active alarms, and alarm histories, and from this you'll be able to customize which report you would need. Some of them would need, if the location's off, or some of them if the hardware versions is not working. So there's multiple ways that you're able to kind of customize and different device types on it.
Great. Let's see, we do have a couple of more questions here. We do have one person in Nigeria who says that his local distributor does not have stock of ePMP. I will take care of that for you. We will have somebody get in touch with you. Another question was, can I integrate SMS Gateway with cnMaestro?
You know what? That's a good question. That's something that I'm figuring out myself, and I'm trying multiple ways. I would have to get back with you on that one.
Okay. One other question is it possible to create multiple admin users in an E400 or E500 enterprise AP?
So I kind of don't. I mean, what do you mean by multiple users for the E410?
Let's see. Well, all they're asking is multiple admin users in E400 or an E500. So if you're using cnMaestro, you do have multiple admin users, yeah. And your cnMaestro is already talking to all your E400s and 500s. So I think I've answered Kisan's question there.
I mean, all your APs are listed and monitored through the cnMaestro. So yeah, you'd be able to have any super admin or users to be monitoring it.
Okay, Richard is saying that he uses cnMaestro and the report did not send out automatically. He had an AP go offline, but it did not send him an alert. That sounds to me like it could be some sort of a configuration issue in cnMaestro.
Yes, and there is a form on the community board if you look that information up, and there is a troubleshooting issue for that.
Yep. Got it. Yeah, I'm just sending him the link to the community. It's community.cambiumnetworks.com.
And also, if you guys have access to Cambium Networks and the home screen, this is exactly how it will look on your end. If you just go to the support center over here, everything's listed on the right side.
Great. Well, thanks very much, Eric and Judy. Those are all the questions that we have. As I mentioned earlier, the webinar has been recorded and it'll be posted to the community so that you can replay it for your reference. And you should be getting an email with a link to the community sometime later today. Well, thanks, everybody, and we look forward to seeing you on a future webinar. Catch you later.
Thank you.